One of the most asked questions is what measures can we take and what is the department doing to protect our growers across the state. And I would first address what can you do as a poultry owner would be biosecurity. That is paramount. That's the first step and the best and most successful way of protecting your flock. So if you have a good biosecurity plan and you follow that plan, that would be the best course of action that you can take as an individual poultry owner. And you should always be aware that anyone that comes into your operation or anything, don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask that particular person, have they been exposed to poultry lately? Do they own poultry? But at the same time, making sure that you are changing your clothes when you come and go from the facility, changing footwear, or using a sanitizing foot wash bath before you enter your facility. So those are some of the things that you can do for your operation goes. And another is quarantining birds that come into your flock, making sure if you purchase new poultry, don't introduce those into the flock until they've gone through a period of quarantine. And that's so that you don't expose those from outside viruses or bacteria. And the other thing that you can do is there's lots of resources available out there, but more in particular, good sources like USDA. There's a program called Defend the Flock. It's an excellent source if you own poultry. So now what are we doing? Well, the agency is continually, we do this on a daily basis, not just because of an outbreak, but we always monitor bird activity coming into the state. But what we've been doing here recently is making sure that we monitor birds coming into Arkansas, make sure that they've gone through a thorough health check from a veterinarian. They've been tested free of avian influenza. And most recently, on March 23rd, we passed an emergency rule that would help protect the industry from contracting the virus. And this is a precautionary measure. This is to be proactive instead of reactive. There are three basic prohibitions. One was that we banned all poultry events like livestock shows, exhibitions. And this is mainly because anytime you commingle birds together from different sources all over the state, or in some cases from other states, you increase the risk of spreading a virus in that environment. The second was to make sure that we require all poultry be confined and under cover. And this is just to make sure that your poultry aren't exposed to the wild birds that carry the virus. And third would be in the event that we do have a case confirmed here in Arkansas, and that's to restrict movement and sales of birds within a 25-mile radius of an affected flock. And this is mainly because, not because you may be at high risk. If you're 20 miles away from an affected flock, you're not at high risk of contracting that virus from that particular residence, but you are at high risk because there's bird activity in that area. And we found that all across the U.S. right now, with cases popping up here and there, it's overwhelmingly percentage-wise from wild birds. So that is what puts you at high risk, and that's the reason why we set that 25-mile perimeter. But always feel free to contact us at any time. If you do have sick birds or feel like your bird's been infected with something, please feel free to contact us and we can have an inspector go by and take samples. And then we'll be more than glad to help. Even if it's not AI, doesn't matter. We want to check everything at this point. So hope this helps, and thank you, and I hope you have a great day.